GSL.
We're finally here. It's the last best of 3 in the round of 16. Only one spot remains. It's either going to Rain or Byung.
Round of 16, more like Sweet 16.
Oh man, I don't know if Byung can win this. Rain looks pretty good, but we have upsets all the time here.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think Rain is so on top of this PVT. He's not doing anything fancy or special either. He's like, well, my defense is good, and I understand how and when I can kill people. So that's like
the SOS
really
games
dangerous.
were close too. They were really close. Like he could have won that.
I'm definitely on the side of Rain here. I think he can take it, Tasteless.
The winner of this will face Maru in the round of 8.
Yeah. Did you know, by the way, if Byung wins this, we have a TVT, a ZVZ, a PvP, and a PvZ. So we have
a lot of mirror matchups.
3 mirrors in that next round, and that guarantees exact balance in the round of 4, like always.
Which means this game is perfectly balanced.
Yeah.
Iron Fortress, Overgrowth, and Expedition Lost will be our maps. Now, Rain already showed just really solid defense. Byung did that bunker rush build twice.
Yeah.
So, obviously he practiced that a lot, but I can't imagine we're going to see him use that here.
I don't think so. I think that Rain would be too ready for it. But we'll see. This map, it's a big one. This is going to be the most Byung favored map, I would say. So he's got to pick up a victory here, man, or he is doomed.
Our game is loaded up. Tell your friends to tune in. This is the last best of 3 in the round of 16 with Rain against Byung. In the bottom left in the red, he is
My Insanity Rain.
in the upper left in the blue.
CJN2's Byung.
Okay. All that is left, Tasis, is to wait.
Yes, let's see what Byung's got in store for us.
Yeah.
He is, and he knows how to prepare well. And we saw what he tried to do against SOS, but SOS slapped it down. Problem is that Rain is also, you know, he plays very differently from SOS, but he's one of these guys. He's great if he has any information, anything he can prepare for him.
No way. That there, Tasteless, was an 11 gate, so that could be an anti-Byung going Marines type of thing?
Could be. By the way, they're 6-1.
Wow. That's pretty one-sided.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, it's 11 gate against Command Center first.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely clear on this one. Is this a punishable play? Can you actually really hurt the Terran early on here with this?
If he, like, Chronos a Zealot right away or something like that, absolutely he could, but
that's not likely.
He's going to scout over here. It looks like he wants to proxy, like, maybe a Stargate over here, which is as far away.
It's, like, so far.
It's so
far away. Like,
well, the thing is, he's taking, like, a 66% with this proxy.
Yeah, well, this was the coin flip that didn't work out.
Well, this is like
it's like the only thing that could be more absurd than this is if he actually built the pylon in the bottom right side of the map or something, like made a Stargate, so it took really long to get there.
Yeah, this is definitely not a proxy Stargate at all. This is a very hidden Stargate, is what it is. He's going to go to the top right here. The thing is, the SCV is actually going to scout right away and see 2 gases with no nexus. So, like, this is going very well for Byung so far, considering.
This looks like an SOS build.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Any pro gamer looks at this and says, why does he only have 1 pylon? Well, you know what? He didn't actually look that thoroughly.
Well, he sees 2 gases and a chrono-boosted gateway with no mothership core sitting anywhere.
Yeah, that's...
And then no nexus. So, like, if that doesn't scream Stargate, if that doesn't completely forecast Stargate, I think that you need to question your knowledge of StarCraft as a Terran pro.
Let's see how he actually handles this situation.
I think he's going to have a turret in each mineral line before the Oracle gets there.
Is there a decent follow-up? Like, when I look at a build like this, I'm not entirely sure how to read it. Like, is there any kind of one base follow-up all in that Protoss can do, or do you just expand and be behind?
I think you expand and be behind.
Okay.
But he's not going to. Okay, he's going to throw down a Twilight. So the Twilight, yeah, this is like, I guess he goes Blink all in from there. Because it's obviously can't be DT. I mean, I guess he could make a Nexus with this as well, but it's pretty tough.
Yeah, let's see what actually... This is one of those games where, like, the idea of what Rain was doing was good, but the spawns didn't work out in his favor. He did take a gamble. And sometimes you lose when you do that.
Yeah. And he is actually going Nexus, but that makes sense. He got the Twilight first because he realizes he's going to need something like Blink to live through whatever comes. And you know what? He's getting some good scouting done. He sees that there's a factory on the way. So, you know, he's got the intel. We'll see what he gets done with it, though.
There is I do like the way that Rain's handling this from here, just getting upgrades and massing up. I mean, the Oracle, it's not a huge threat, but it does keep the Terran a little bit busy, as you can see right here. Just a bit of a nuisance, sapping the SCVs.
And you know
Byung's
what?
not really getting done what he wants, and he can just tech up and make probes, man.
He's got 6 kills. Like, that's something you hope for with an Oracle. So
I love how your voice broke there, man.
Yeah.
He's got 6 kills. Nobody.
He's still got 6 kills.
It actually is working
okay.
I guess when you look at the situation that was occurring back there at Byung's base, yes, the turrets were up and the SCVs weren't being killed that were mining, but since you have to have an SCV to build anything with Terran, he could just go around and keep killing that and actually slowing down the production.
Absolutely the case. He's about to have these 3 gates. Doesn't have any sort of proxy pylon or anything like that.
Although if he did have a proxy pylon, the Oracle comboed with the Stalkers, he could try to blink up
well,
onto the ramp.
He's bringing a probe, so he may actually have that as a goal in the future here.
That was close. Oh, no. Okay, he's going to go around.
Ooh.
All right,
Goodbye,
so that
Oracle.
will be picked off. And this is a problem because there is nothing, Blink's done. He wanted to actually warp a pylon in over here and do some harass.
Is this still worth it, though?
No, it's not at all because he can't see up onto the high ground.
Yeah, that's too bad. That could have been a really nice move with the Oracle, but good move by Byung, actually. You really kind of put that Oracle in a tough spot. And, of course, Rain is trying to do multiple things at once, so it's hard to babysit and really look for the little pothole of the Widow Mine.
So he's just going to keep warping in Stalkers. He may be hoping that down the road here there's going to be a medevac that he can just snipe down.
Well, he's got some pretty good map vision right now. And of course, with Blink and Nexus Scan, you can hold off quite a bit.
Okay, so here comes that medevac now. Please tell me, is he really just going to just do this?
Where are the...
Okay, I gotta say, I really am baffled by this. Because it was spotted. Like, it was so obvious, and...
It definitely was spotted, but did Rain actually micro that Stalker at all? That was spotted it?
No, because
he could have put more damage on it and stuff.
He had Blink there. He could have done a little bit more damage. Then again, maybe he didn't want to show Blink. Because if he shows Blink, I mean, there's a lot of possible mind games there.
Yeah, definitely. I just wonder if that went into Byung's decision to just go ahead and try that. But anyways, we do have a counterattack coming down from Rain, and it's doing a great job so far, picking off quite a few Marines.
SCVs are being pulled here. It's going to be a pretty stressful right now for the Terran. But Stim is about halfway done. Yeah. When Stim finishes up, that's when it's much tougher to really utilize Blink anywhere near as effectively.
Well, that Widowmine did end up scooting forward, getting a couple kills there as well. In the meantime, we do have a little attack on the front with these Blink Stalkers. Not sure how much he can really get done, but it's okay to try to poke a little bit when you do have Blink. And Byung really powering up with his units here. Not deciding to get any additional command centers yet.
Byung can now push out since he has, the 2 medevacs with his Marine Marauder. Stim finishing up there makes it much tougher. Ooh, that's unfortunate. He actually lost that one stalker there.
Ooh, loses an observer as well.
Rain a little bit bumpy this game.
Yeah, his build was risky. It didn't quite pay off, and Byung is doing like a great job, especially considering the map. The fact that he just went up to the 5 racks and is just macroing. It's really, really smart. Because he has so many units that how in the world would you ever take a 3rd base here?
Well, we see the push across here from Byung. I mean, Rain just going to power up for the time being. It's funny because that way that Stargate's hidden, by the way, over there, that will never be killed this whole game.
Yeah, you're true.
It will just be there.
I was going to say you're true.
I am true.
Yep.
And this guy's... oh, that was sick.
Nice
Sniped that medevac. And that was actually pretty risky, by the way. Rain's army is not that good right now. He actually ran out there, killed the medevac, and just bolted back here.
Well, when you're behind, you got to take some risks, and that is what he's doing here.
Well said. More medevacs are coming up.
Oh man, Byung's army is scary.
He might be able to just drop the main and attack into the...
yeah. That is possible. But if he gets, like, a blink goes and snipes some of those, like a couple medevacs, then suddenly Rain is right back into this thing. So I think it's smart for him to back up a little bit. This really defensive posture of Rain is going to be tough to kill. And how many times have we lamented Terrans that drop against a 2-base Protoss?
We've talked about it a lot. Sometimes it works, but it always feels risky, doesn't it? It always feels a little bit wrong.
Because it is a little bit wrong. That's why it feels that way.
It's kind of anti-RTS game. Yeah. Morally, it's wrong.
Morally, it's
a crime against nature to do that. Storm coming now. Kind of funny game here. We have him powering all the way up to Storm and getting more gateways. Although Byung, we have not seen another expansion here. They're both just sitting on 2 bases.
This is... Right now, Rain is really relying on getting this Storm done. And the Vikings have been started. There's 6, 3 more on the way. If he were to go, like, right now, he might be able to kill him. But when that Storm is up, everything changes. Psystorm with 3 Colossus out is really going to help Rain to hold on to everything.
And the 3rd Nexus finally starts. I believe that's, yeah, he's landing the command center. Byung is. Byung is at 177 supply to 146 from Rain here. I mean, Byung powered up.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Yeah, this is it. This is exactly what he needs. He's not going to get a better opportunity. Storm is just now finishing.
Yeah, how far along is it?
There's 4 High Templars. He got it. He got Storm. So
okay, well that's what you need to hold this off.
All he needs is a few good
storms. Energy? Yeah.
He has 4 High Templars, so that's 4 Storms at the moment. Scans, sees that there's High Templars here.
But he's got to go with it. You can't send those SUVs back home.
All right, let's see it. Couple quick Storms. That Storm over there, really nice. Has one more, a beautifully landed Storm, but is that even enough here?
You know what? It looks like Rain actually holds this. With the 2 Archons coming up, I think he's fine. You know, the cannons here as well make it just a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And now it's actually 27 workers to 57 with Rain in the lead.
Yeah, he's got to pick up medevacs here.
As time passed, I just assumed that these SCV pulls would stop working. This could not be in StarCraft II forever as a super strong strategy. I mean, it's not bad, right? But it's not like we're going to see this.
If you hit it right, it's amazing. Like,
but Protoss
a lot of stuff.
They're getting better and better at stuff like this.
Absolutely.
Even those 2 cannons there, you know that's for just that.
Thing is, if he hit like 20 seconds, 30 seconds before that, right before Storm was done, he crushes Rain for trying to get into Storm. So it's like, I understand the risk that he took there.
It's hard, too. It's hard to know that timing for that.
Yeah, every Protoss gets Storm at different times. Some of them don't get Storm, so it can be pretty tough. All right, well, here we go. He's trying to push up here now and take out this army as best he can. A lot of damage being wasted on that factory, but I don't think it's going to matter at all.
Yeah, it does not matter. GG. Byung runs out of gas, and Rain takes the win. Rain, by the way, let's not forget, that was his proxy. Well, not even, it's like the anti-proxy. It's actually farther away. an anti-proxy Stargate in the wrong spot. He engineers a build on the fly that allows him to bounce back against Young, who went command center first.
Yeah, well, you know, his Oracle actually ended up getting quite a few kills. He did a really great job with it, which is not something that you're always going to see when your opponent scouts it that early. But
it was a bit of a learning experience for me seeing that back there, because initially you think, well, the turrets are up, so you're screwed, but not really.
Yeah, he found ways in. There weren't that many units. You know, the thing is, when you go really fast Oracle, in general, it's just like, it's totally fine against something like CC first, but I thought when Byung scouted that early and he made the eBay, I'm like, well, this is going to be a perfect defense, but he didn't quite have the units to push that Oracle back on the fringes of his base, and really well done. Great execution there by Rain to take that game down. The Storm finishing just in time, and Byung has to be looking at this as a very steep uphill climb, as the next two maps are much better for Rain than that one.
Overgrowth is our next map. What do they have in store for us here? Byung, by the way, playing a very different Terran versus Protoss from some of the games we've seen from him previously. Unfortunately, this seems to be the matchup that will possibly get him knocked out on Code S. Rain knows he's one win away from moving on to the round of 8. And that's where you escape the group phase of this tournament. That's where you get to go and you have one opponent, you have a week or two to prepare, and you just study.
Rain is a potential victor of this season. He is in top form.
He certainly is. Can Byung pull the rug out from under him? Let's find out. Game for 2. In the upper right, in the red, he is
Mind Sanity Rain.
You know, even if he did pull the rug out from under him, he'd be like, oh my god, because all of the wood nails and staples from the rug have actually been bent in by Rain because he's that sick.
CJN2's Byung.
Or it could be even one of these situations where he's standing on the kitchen table or the dining room table and he tries to pull out the tablecloth from under him, but it's like one of those magic tricks where he just does it so fast that he doesn't fall.
Or maybe Rain floats like the probe. Just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, why do you float like a probe, and why are you on a table right now?
Why are you sitting on that table?
Byung should have tried to flip the table instead.
I think Byung will not beat Rain here.
No, I
think no matter what.
I think Rain is just, he's playing so well. Even the PvP series he lost, he played really, really well.
Yeah. He was not, I mean, it was a very close series. It is a bit worrisome to see, though, that his opponent, if he goes to the round of 8, is going to be a Protoss. PvP, it'll be a good match.
No, it's Maru.
What am I saying? Excuse me.
Maru
it's going to be Maru. Yeah.
Is the opponent, and that's like, the thing is, Rain's PvT right now looks absolute top of the world, like world class. He's as good at PvT right now as Hero, I feel like, the way he's playing.
I agree.
Well, I mean, I think so, actually. He's playing it a little bit different than Hero, but it's fantastic the way he's doing it, and I think that him versus Maru is going to be a fantastic match, like it was years ago when they were both on top of the world. Here they are again. But Byung still has a chance here.
Byung is going to go for a Reaper build. It's your very standard TVP build. We'll see if Rain does anything out of the ordinary. Rain has gotten very good, frighteningly good at switching between all-in timings and just very standard play.
He's a pretty complete player overall. I want to see what Byung's follow-up is. Is he going to go factory or add more Raxes? I feel like adding the Raxes could really catch Rain off guard here.
Yeah, let's see what he actually decides to do here.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be the case. I think he's going to go factory, but the thing is, Rain is so godly against the factory.
Yeah, you're really giving Rain a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah.
If you go for the factory, you're really giving this guy the freedom to get ahead. I feel like to some extent, maybe some systems. Actually, no. I was gonna say more pressure builds are quite good, but honestly,
I feel like something like an early strong stim timing might catch Rain. You know, if he's countering the wrong thing. But he's actually snuck back out with a probe, and he's going to get a free scout of a factory again, and he is not going to take an ounce of damage, Tasteless. He's not going to take a teaspoon. of damage.
Wow, that's pretty good. We have... Okay, there it is. We see the tech now. Twilight Council. Now, you know, there's a lot of different builds you can do when you see this Twilight Council. This can mean a very normal game. This can mean a very crazy game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be normal because that's the way he's been playing.
Hold up. Is he gonna build something over here? We see that probe tucked over there.
I think what it's hiding for is if he stomps whatever comes out of Byung, he does a counterattack immediately and kills him.
Okay.
Because
I think you might be right.
Like blink counterattacks, if Terran screws up a tech harassment, you can just go kill him.
I was wondering because we've seen him do this before where he gets that blink and you can see it's upgrading there now. Sometimes we've seen just a big gateway explosion. They use the mothership core to try to push forward. Blink up and down on the high ground. This is a great map to do it on. There's a lot of different ways to get into the main.
Right now we do see that this is Hellion-based play as opposed to Widowmine-based play. That's going to be harder to stop, generally speaking.
Okay, here's the 2 gates.
He doesn't even make a robo, so that's kind of interesting and cool. Let's see how many probes he can actually get. Oh, good split.
Yeah, actually really nice control here. So the Reaper does go down, easy peasy.
So only 3 probes killed with those.
Which means that was a waste. Also, he did not see the blink. I mean, he might assume that, but you know, knowing is always better, obviously.
Yeah,
Just having that assurance of saying, okay, he's not.
There has to be some doubt in his head that this could be something like a late Oracle or something.
We've had some lackluster scouting today. Some of our worst days of people scouting each other on the GSL. Now, the Stalkers are moving out, and there's a medevac full of Marines, Artosis. They're headed right over there towards the main.
All right, well, we'll see if he can do some damage with that because he is missing a lot of units at home. This might turn into a really low econ game very quickly, Tasteless. This Marine drop as well as the Hellions going up towards the natural.
Is Blink done yet? Okay, it's about to be done. He's got to be careful. Every bit of energy on these Stalkers counts. Okay, good job there. He actually gets that mothership core off. He's going against the Hellions now. These Stalkers are doing decent with the defense. Not too sure what's going on back at home here for Byung.
Oh, he does lose that mothership core. There is a lot of multitasking going on with his attack as well as with his defense.
Yeah, I think he needs to pull his probes with this.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. 2 warping Stalkers trying to keep alive whatever he can.
Okay, Rain actually with some superb defense. Oh, nicely done. He takes that out. It's 1 medevac down. It's actually 40 workers for Rain and 27 workers here.
That's pretty rough.
So that really goes to show you how that exchange actually went. Oh my God, he's getting the Widowmine!
Oh man. There's nothing going right here for Byung.
He might even want to send 1 Zealot to run into that mine.
Yeah,
he
that
might
would
just
not be bad.
Move that right in there.
Or actually, you can always move up the Stalker and just blink it back.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
It's probably better. But
Stim is only just now starting Artosis. This is a little bit scary.
Ooh, it is.
Especially with Protoss having a lot of muscle right now, a lot of mobility here. And there's no Stim. Ouch.
Well, he has an Observer coming down as well, so now he has a way to blink in, he has a way to detect the Widow Mines.
And it's so hard for Terran in this moment. Oh, keep in mind, it's only 1 medevac here?
Ouch.
Yeah, I mean, he was taking the medevac out in the drop.
Yeah, he does not have that much.
Yeah.
And his SCV count's pretty low, so even if he holds and loses a bunch of SCVs, he's still in trouble.
Yeah. That's actually a great point. He doesn't have to break it. He can just keep doing SCVs. Look, that's exactly what he's doing here. He's shift-clicked on these SCVs.
Yeah, he's just exacerbating that economical advantage.
It's definitely a game where Byung might be able to survive for longer, but coming back, it's just hard for me to imagine.
Yeah, off of 34 SCVs or 33 SCVs now, you're definitely right. It's tough. He is continuing to micro here, picking off whatever he can. Gets a Marauder.
Forcing more SCVs to come up here and repair. He picks up a Widow Mine and comes out. Now, there is a Warp Prism out. However, you got to be careful because you can end up flying right into a Widow Mine. Also, he's getting an Immortal and getting that Colossus tag.
Ooh, I like it a lot. The Immortal going to add a little bit of backbone to his army to try to stay alive against...
Is he a map hacker? Is this really happening?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh! Wow. How does that even happen?
That is star sense for you.
Why is that even over there? No, seriously, this is when, if you do this like in a ladder game, like this is where the game pauses and they start accusing you of stuff. Like, you are so trash, I can't believe you're hacking against me. Like, that is some instinct right there.
Yeah, seriously is. Oh, nice Widowmine hit. Has to blink away. Takes a lot of damage on those stalkers.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Here we go. Here's the second time you paused the game, telling him that you definitely are a hacker because you knew there was nothing here. They couldn't stop that from coming in and flying right in there, even though I had Widowmines this whole game. Crazy, man. I mean, Rain is just so good.
He certainly is. He's putting on a clinic of how to play PvT, man.
No kidding.
Well, Byung had some units across the map. I'm not sure that he can actually do anything with them. But you know what? He's catching up with his SCVs a little bit. He's over 40 here again.
It's actually funny how many kills those Zealots got because there were no medevacs there. I mean, Zealots against, like, lone Zealots against any infantry army with medevacs, they don't do anything. But
yeah.
When you do it like that, yeah, here we go again. He's just going to right-click in the middle of the mineral patch and just go back to multitasking elsewhere. Also, he's pushing Byung back south. Byung does not have map control. That is risky. That is a very dangerous move there for him to build the command center out like this.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
After losing map control.
He has to take some risks here if he wants to win this game, that's for sure.
Yep.
Looks like these Zealots won't really do anything. He has some units left over here. Might pick off like a couple units, but overall a good trade there for Byung. I think his Rain doesn't really care about those Zealots that much. He has enough tech units at home to hold on against whatever.
He's just trying to build up his Colossus count, get a few more sentries, get some more upgrades there.
Oh man, he might act, if he can kill this army, that's a huge victory.
And it's going to be going on while this attack's happening here. By the way, he actually burrowed those by a cannon. Okay, so they are escaping. Thermal Lance is almost done too. This would be a great moment here for Rain to attack in.
Well, small victory here for Byung catching that War Prism. Yeah, Rain is all over the place. Huge, huge advantage going on right now. Starting his charge, getting that third Colossus. His third base is going to be up very shortly here as well.
Okay, so he sees that third base is finishing up. At the same time, Rain's Nexus is finishing up here too.
Well, some good pylons being placed out. Notice, if you look at the mini-map, he has a lot of vision right now, just trying to make sure that Byung can't do anything sneaky to come back, like a big drop.
The Colossus is coming across to beat up with the rest of this army. He's got Stalkers back there. He's ready for pretty much anything Byung has to throw at him. By the way, really good usage of cannons for Rain this game. Just completely ready with these. You can see Byung a little bit on autopilot, actually flying into the cannons and burrowing the Widowmines anyways.
Rain has always been a Protoss that will not hesitate to get a few cannons for
well,
complementing his
that's that defensive style that he's so good at.
Yeah.
Okay, we might have our big engagement here. And that's going to be Byung running. He's got to get away from this. Trying to figure out what he can do to stop this attack from actually happening down here. I'm not sure there's actually much.
Yeah, especially with these Immortals mixed in this Marauder-heavy army, you're going to have a very hard time. Charge is just about to finish as well. 3-range Colossus, and there's only 2 Vikings on the map. Oh, God.
I love this play. He just goes for the command center. Just destroy that.
Even gets a Widowmine hit on hallucination there.
You know what? Right over. Why not? Just go back around or push into this second base. Oh my God, this is so safe. Look at this.
Well, this is Rain saying, okay, I am not losing this no matter what.
He doesn't even push further forward.
Yeah.
By the way, if you are even on bases and you kill an expansion and then you go back and defend, that is literally the safest thing you can do.
Yeah. Well, when you're ahead, Tasteless, you get more ahead.
It's true, Artosis.
Don't throw that away. Who needs to kill a Terran? Just wait till they leave.
Yeah, well, in some degree, it is true. It's like, look, this is actually your problem to figure out how to come back. I'm already ahead.
Well, this is actually a really fantastic drop he's doing. He's sending some units up to the third as well. We just saw the Mothership Core already used for energy, so he's having a hard time actually reacting to some of this.
If Byung was going to come back in any way, this would be the moment he would do it at.
Yeah. This is his one chance here. Some okay Widowmine hits there for sure. But in the meantime, this drop, it does all right. That was overall okay for Byung, actually.
So there's going to be an observer there soon, right? Because Those Widowmine hits could do a lot of damage to that grouped up army.
Looks like he just cleaned him up.
Oh, okay, good.
But that was a good move by Byung. Rain did not handle that perfectly.
Well, now it's balls in Rain's court. He can actually push out again and just try to smash that third base.
Rain kind of hemorrhaging off some Zealots here.
By the way, Byung not so desperate that he used his main command center to take the third.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So he's still got at least some cash at home.
Look at the supply, man. It's getting a lot closer now. And if you look at the unit composition, it's becoming much more reasonable for Byung right now. His upgrades are a little bit behind, which kind of sucks. It's going to be like 2-3 upgrades against, well, 1-1 for a little bit, it looks like. So that's like almost a game winner in and of itself. But Byung is doing a good job of fighting back at the moment.
These are these little paper cuts that you can do as Protoss, just throwing a few Zealots here and there. Okay, this is really good by Byung. Is it going to work? We'll see.
Well, he's got to try it. That is a lot of charge Zealots to drop into, though. Oh, man.
It is, and many more being warped in. But, you know, Rain is just ready for everything. This is the best defense in the game.
Yeah, almost, but not quite.
Oh, my gosh. Here he is going to intercept this, too. Rain is everywhere. This is the third time that you would pause the game if this was in the ladder and call this guy a hacker again. And then you're out of your 3 pauses.
That's right.
That's when you've used it up.
Oh, I love it. Well, he's going to escape with what he can. Rain about to finish some very powerful upgrades, adding some Archons into his army as well. Such a strong army moving across the map. Byung does have that 4th base. Did float that command center down. Nice pick off, but this is a chunk of medevacs over there that won't be in this battle. So that kind of sucks.
Widowmines connect, but you know, does it really matter? This is a serious death ball coming here from Rain. By the way, that CC's at half health, so 1 or 2 more pokes in here, and that is just gone.
Yeah, very true. Does lift it off.
Oh, nice.
Great harassment over here. In the meantime, Rain is taking his 4th base. Looks like he should be able to kill off this command center if he targets. Not really paying too much attention to that.
He's actually going to loop around here.
Oh, he does get that command center. That's a pretty big deal. That leaves 2 command centers total for Byung. So
yeah,
best he can get is 2 base economy now.
Rain is nearly maxed out. Very carefully moving around the map. For a little bit, there was actually, as far as income, Byung was ahead, but oh no, this is not the greatest engagement here by Rain, but it might not matter. This arc is pretty sick.
Yeah, he just has way too much here.
Not a game so much of engagement there, but a game of math. More, the bigger army there for Rain. Rain does it. He's our final player to advance to the round of 8.
It is so fantastic to see Rain back there, especially now that he has left his Kespa team, SK Telecom T1. He's on My Insanity, and here he is, Tasteless, in that round of 8.
You could see how emotional he was after he won that, giving us a thumbs up.
Yeah.
You know, Rain is not the most emotional player that we have here, but today was hard.
Yeah. This is,
and he did it.
I mean, as Innovation was saying, he has been practicing really, really hard. He deserves it. He's playing fantastically. His PvT is top-notch. Can Maru stop him? Rain could win. The guy, if he beats Maru, he has to play against Rogue or Curious in a round of 4, and those 2 are not used to stuff like that. He is.
That's true.
Rain could absolutely make it that finals where it's quite likely he could be playing against a Protoss player. Sure. And his PvP is world-class. Like, this could be Rain's season.
By the way, a PvP finals with the players we have right now, I'm fine with that.
Oh, man. Protoss all-star lineup right now. Just
about. No kidding. Congrats to Rain. He did do it. I got to say, SOS and Rain both just cut from a different cloth when you look at the play style. SOS, man, again, he looks great.
Yeah.
Could this be his GSL? We're going to see.
Dude, everyone in this GSL has some sort of shot, even Curious, who surprised us getting first place in that ridiculous group of death.
That's another really cool narrative, actually. Curious, who we've been casting for years now, is in a round of 8. He just tore through his group, first to get out, in the group with Hero, who, by the way, is not in the round of 8.
It is a crazy round of 8 that we have going forward, Tasteless. A lot of Protoss up there. Who's going to win? I have no idea. Who's going to be in the finals? It is so hard to tell.
It is a tough one. And I'm looking forward to casting more of that next week. We're going to go to an interview with Rain and see how he feels now that he's made it to that final spot in the round of 8. Our final round of 8 player of this season was decided today, and it is Rain.
네, 감사합니다.
네, 먼저 소감부터 들어볼게요.
Congratulations. How do you
우선
feel?
1위로 올라갈 줄 알았는데
I actually thought I was going to advance his first place.
네.
뭔가 아쉽고
But
특히 3경기는
It was a very
제가
close
많이
match against
유리했는데
SOS.
뭐 넥서스 깨고
I was
싶어가지고
a little bit disappointed that I lost against him.
역전당했는데
I really thought I had an advantage in the third set. I really wanted to get that Nexus and then just recall back and be safe, but I lost too many of my units and I wasn't able to defend the counterattack after that.
몸에 힘이 없어서 빨리 끝내려고 전진연장.
He says he's actually really, really hungry.
그래서 그냥 그거
And he wanted to end the match quickly. He said he only ate lunch today.
그냥 운영으로 한 판 더
He's so happy that he won 2-0.
잘 된 것 같아요. 기분 좋아요. 올라가서.
와, 배고픈 상황에서도 굉장히 잘하시네요.
네?
배고픈 상황에서도 굉장히 잘하시네요.
사실
He says, I guess you were hungry for victory too.
오는 길에 갑자기 정신이 좀 어지럽고 좀 메스껍더라고요. 그래서 이거 설마
He said I actually felt a little bit lightheaded going into the booth.
당이 떨어진 거여가지고 초콜릿 먹으니까 좀
Thought maybe he got a MERS.
잘된 것 같아요.
네. 자, 오늘 김유진 선수와의 세 경기 모두 정말 재밌었습니다.
He said in between one of the breaks he ate a chocolate bar to help him get the
자,
energy.
1세트 견제가 계속 안 들어갔었어요. 상대가 굉장히 단단하시더라고요, 김유진 선수.
네.
자, 김유진 선수와의 1세트에서
The first set you harassed,
굉장히 유리하지
but
않을까
SOS just
했는데
defended so well.
1세트 어떠셨는지 좀 들어보고 싶네요.
네, 1세트 때 제가
He's asking about how solid SOS was in that game.
계산해서 빌드를 했는데 유진이가 더블했더라고요.
I expected Blink Stalker from SOS,
이길 수가 없었는데
but he went for a double expo. And so from that point on, I was at a
나니까 그
disadvantage.
정도 따라간 거다 생각하고 그냥
네.
2경기 3경기 생각했는데 잘 안 됐어요. 유진이랑 할 때.
네,
But
정말
because of my
불리한
playstyle, I was able to keep following him and catch up
사실
to him.
교정 컨트롤이 너무 좋아서 사실 저는 그게
So overall, I'm a bit disappointed with that set.
컨트롤의 자신감이 굉장히 높으실 것 같은데 어떠세요?
Are you confident with your micro after today's matches?
근데 그거는
김유진 선수와의 경기에서도 컨트롤이 굉장히 좋았어요.
전 딱히 컨트롤 제가 잘한다고 생각 안 하고.
He says he showed a lot of good micro against SOS, and he said, you know, I don't think I'm actually that great of a micro player. He said Parting's actually the best at micro.
그거 하나도 안 잡혔잖아요. 컨트롤.
That's a fact.
김유진 선수와 2세트에서도 컨트롤이 굉장히 빛이 났는데 자신감이
In the
없으시네요.
second set, he showed splendid micro, though.
네.
제가 이겨야 되거든요. 제가 리플을 봤는데 제가 더 많았어요, 병력이.
Says, yeah, in the second set, I should have won that set.
유진이의 패기에 밀린
I actually reviewed the replay, and I had more attacking units, but I didn't realize that I lost that set.
기본 정도.
I think SOS basically just had the better micro there.
예언자도 잡혀가지고
네.
원래 그 카운터로 전멸 들어갔으면 끝났을 게임이었는데
네.
그때 좀 나 좀 못한다 이 생각하긴
Oh yeah, we're losing a lot of oracles today.
컨트롤은 못한다.
He said, yeah, at that point, he said, I'm lacking in my micro today.
놀라운 생각이신데
He says, overall, I'm just not that confident about my micro.
이신영 선수를 또 탈락을 시켰습니다. 이신영 선수보다 훨씬 잘하나봐요.
You eliminated innovation.
사실 그거는 그냥 심리전으로 경기 전에 말리게 하려고 그렇게.
And she says you proved that you were a better player than innovation, just like you said in the interview.
실력이 더.
And he says, honestly, I don't think I'm actually that much better than innovation. I was just trying to talk trash and get him upset before the match. I do think he's a very strong player.
부담감도 생길 것 같아서 심리전 그냥 건 거고.
네.
그냥 유진이 아니라 신영이가 생각보다 제가 생각하는 것보다 너무 무난하게 해줘가지고 폭탄 드랍도 안 하고.
Innovation played a really normal match today.
제가 제일 좋아하는.
It didn't seem like any of his builds were that special or that cheesy or anything. But I do enjoy to play macro games, so I was quite happy to see the builds he was using. It was easy for me to counter.
또 의료선 드랍을 또 생각을 해서 광자포도 충분히 쥐어줬는데 그런 테란이 할 수 있는 모든 가능성을 열어두고 준비를 한 판짝이었나요?
You defended quite well against the medevac harass. You built some cannons and you had just overall solid defense. Tell us about that.
뭐 추적자에 서 있는 위치나 모선에 서 있는 위치 이런 걸 다 계산해서 하기 때문에.
I just think about every possible build that Terran can do, and I just try to prepare to counter that build.
또 방송은 또 다르니까.
I try to catch the medevacs and the pulling stalkers at least as many as I can, especially in the middle of the map. And I was able to do that effectively today.
계속 마인 이 생각만 하고 있고.
You really have to be careful, especially about the Widow Mines. Because if the Widow Mines get 1 or 2 big shots off, you just do well. So that's another thing you have to be very cognizant of.
공격이 좀 힘이 약할 때 이신영 선수가 치즈가 들어올 수도 있었잖아요. 혹시 그 생각은 안 하셨어요?
치즈러시도 다 생각하고 있기 때문에 환상 불사조랑 옵적으로 다 상대
I
체제
actually even
보면서
prepared for the different all-in rushes that Terran can do. So with my hallucinated Phoenix, I just try to scout around and just check for everything humanly possible.
좀 날카로운 공격이 있었습니다. 그거는 초반 정찰에 성공을 해서 카드가 다양했기 때문에 그런 모습을 보여주신 건지 아니면은 또 준비된 한짝이었는지.
그냥 대도잉도 운영하려고 했는데 신영이가
In the Deadwing match, I wanted to play a macro game.
화나가지고 그냥 볼인 갈겼어.
But Innovation actually had an early expansion build. And I was so frustrated when I saw he did that build, so I just switched gears to do an aggressive style play.
제가 32강도 그렇고 16강도 다 테란 이기고 올라왔는데 코드 A도 그렇고 근데 성주는 테란이 아니라고 생각해요.
So I managed to beat several Terrans to advance to here.
솔직히 1위로 올라가서
Maru is not just any other Terran. He's like the 4th race. So I'm going to have to prepare really hard if I'm going to beat somebody as good as Maru. Honestly, I wanted to face off against Myunchik. I think my chances would be better there. But I guess I'm with Maru, so it's going to be a tough match. I'm going to have to really spend a lot of time preparing. Yesterday, I was actually practicing with Party, and he gave me a lot of good tips, especially against Terran players.
어차피 이삭이랑 저랑
So,
반대니까
I'm going to probably have to go get some more help with Party.
이 플러스 정윤종 그옛
So I'm prepared to face off against Maru.
빌드랑 그런 걸로 한번 꺾어보겠습니다.
조성수 선수 제4의 종족을 이기기 위해서는 철저한 준비가 필요해 보이네요. 자, 정윤종 선수, 자, 2시즌 만에 8강에 올라가게 됐습니다. 앞으로 각오 들어볼게요.
So, you're in the round of 8 again. And what is your goal for the tournaments, and how do you feel?
제가 도지명시 때도 그냥 패물이라고 했는데 솔직히 그런 생각 머릿속으로 단 1초도 하지 않았고 재미를 위해서
was a has-been player,
한 거고
but obviously I was just joking. I don't really think that I didn't feel that in my heart. I've always been confident in my skill level.
풀렸던 것 뿐이어가지고
I wasn't
시드도 받았으니까 좀 편안히
I wasn't showing it as much in my more recent broadcasted matches, but I knew in the practice house I was doing just fine. So I think if I prepare well for my new Terran opponent, I'm going to do just fine in advance to the semifinal. And that will do it for our interview. Guys, what did we learn here? Okay, you got to be careful about Widow Mines when you're with your stalkers trying to get the medevacs on the map, but also you need to eat a proper meal before you go into a pro match.
That is very true, Tasteless. Definitely something that you need to take into consideration.
What if you had lost in the GSL because you skipped dinner?
Well, what if you lost because you ate too big a dinner and you feel lethargic?
Yeah, what if you ate 2 bowls of pasta and you're like, oh man, I need a nap, but you can't take a nap.
No. Well, guys, you see, this is the round of 8. Next week, we will be doing, first on Wednesday, the PvP and ZVP, as you see here, Myunchik versus SOS and Gil versus Party. And then on Friday, Maru versus Rain and Curious versus Rogue. All these matches, so awesome. I absolutely can't wait, Tasteless.
Yeah, it was a fantastic round of 16, and it is setting us up for a glorious round of 8. I can't wait. You guys
SOS Rain finals, Tasteless.
Hey, I would not mind that. Or even
maybe
something like Party Maru, something like that too.
That would be amazing.
That would be cool too. Yeah, that does it for the round of 16. Again, really great games. Happy to see both Rain and SOS moving on. They're clearly the better players. And we will be beginning the round of 8. It's going to be on Wednesday. Myunchik against SOS, and then Bial against Party.
That is correct. So guys, hope you enjoyed tonight. Make sure you tune in next week. It's going to be awesome.
We love you guys. We'll see you on Wednesday. Take care. Good night.